doing, people? We're going to open this up a little bit. Here we go. Get some sunlight in here. We don't get as much sunlight here as you do out west. When I was living in Southern California, we had sunshine all the time. This place is a little bit different. This is more like Northwestern California. We have two lights going on. There we go. Now we have some light. Isn't that wonderful? Let's see who's here. Alan Nichols, hi. How are you doing? Welcome in. Gerald, 532009. Welcome in. What we're going to do here is have rub these glasses off a little bit. I just washed my hair and put some conditioner in it, so I'm not putting any hairspray in it today. People are beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for coming on in this non-monetized channel at Hollywoodland22. I have a goal. I have almost 2,000 people. I think I just about have 2,000 subscribers, and we're going to have 10,000 subscribers by September the 1st. You think so? That's my goal. And within 6 months, I want 100,000 subscribers. My channel is at Hollywoodland21. Please subscribe. This is a variety channel. This is a channel where basically you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Just as long as, well, what's the rules? The rules are very simple on my channel. Number one rule, no chatting anything that is anti-Semitic. No anti-Semitism allowed on my channel, or I will block you forever. Number two, no chatting anything that is racially bigoted. Any of that, you will be blocked forever. Number three, no talking nasty about women or children, or you'll be blocked forever. And number four, no character assassination of me or anyone else in the chat, or I will block you forever. Other than that, you can talk about whatever you want. You can talk about Obama all day long. You can talk about Trump. You can talk about Biden's wife. You can talk about, I'd rather you talk about something besides politics in Iran. There's a lot of other things to talk about. We can talk about oh, you think I'm very well spoken? Well, thank you very much. I get that from my father, who is now not with us. He passed away. Yeah, 10K by September the 1st. I need you to hit the subscribe button. It is free to subscribe to my channel. It costs you absolutely nothing to subscribe. I do not believe I'm the kind of person that would ever ask anyone to pay any money to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't. There's like a 99% chance that that's not going to happen. I don't really think I need that. This channel is non-monetized at Hollywoodland21. That means that I'm not getting paid by YouTube. I don't know what's called ad revenue or anything like that. I'm not getting paid anything to be here. I'm just building up subscriptions. That's what I'm doing. When I get to 5,000 subscriptions, at that point, I'll hit the green light, and this will be monetized. And then I'm going to set up something where you can pay me gifts if you want, a Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and things like that. But not until I get to 5,000 subscriptions. So let's get me up to 5,000 subscriptions within the next, I don't know, Let me think. Within the next 3 weeks. In fact, the next 2.5 weeks. Let's get me up to 5,000 subscriptions. I know we can do it. And I know that we can get this channel at Hollywoodland21, which is free to subscribe to, up to 10,000 subscriptions by September the 1st of 2026. I don't know about you, but when it comes to money and when it comes to other things like medical care, things like that, and my health, I stand on business. I don't know about you, but when you hit a certain age, when you become middle-aged, you have to make a decision. Are you going to continue to drink every day and use illicit drugs and smoke cigarettes and all that other stuff? You don't really care if you live that long. That's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that I want to live to be over 100. I want to outlive all you people. I want to outlive all you people until this country implodes and turns into some kind of a socialist mess. Yes, I've been doing a lot of work, not just looking at videos, but I've actually been doing a lot of research on my Hewlett-Packard over here, my laptop, and doing a lot of research on the Midwest. I started with Pennsylvania, which is really not the Midwest, and upstate New York, where there's a lot of snow, and it's really inexpensive to live up there, and I have family there around Ithaca. Well, Ithaca is a little pricey because that's where Cornell University is. But I did look everywhere from upstate New York into western Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, central Illinois. In fact, the suburbs of Chicago. I looked at Iowa. I looked at Wisconsin even. And I looked at Nebraska. And I looked at Missouri. And I looked at Kansas. And I did not consider any of the southern states. I am in the South right now. I live in a suburb of both Raleigh and Charlotte, North Carolina, kind of in the middle, kind of like an exurb, like a town outside of the suburbs. And this state's fine for some people, but it's not my cup of tea. And I'm going to the Midwest. I discovered that in many of these Midwestern states, you can get a much bigger house for your money. A nice chunk of land. There's places in Michigan, let's see, Indiana, Ohio to a certain degree, Michigan, especially depending on where you live in Michigan, Iowa, really in Iowa, let's see, Iowa and Kansas, those particular states, you can get a lot of land for your money. I noticed that Nebraska is a little bit more expensive, but not much, especially when you get out to the Lincoln area, which I'm also looking at Lincoln, Nebraska also. But I more than likely going to end up in either in western Missouri or eastern Kansas. It's going to be Kansas City, Missouri, or the surrounding suburbs, or I'm going to relocate to Kansas City, Kansas, or Overland Park, or Oath, or somewhere outside of there. Somewhere in that general vicinity. Near the Missouri River. I think the Missouri River runs through there. I'm not sure what other rivers run through there. I don't know if there's a Kansas River. I got to look at the map again. But I'm definitely Kansas City, Kansas sucks. I wonder why. Why do you think it sucks? I know it's high, I know it has a lot of Hispanic population, but then again, I used to live in Los Angeles. I lived around Hispanic people for decades. I get along with them really well. They're great. They're my buddies. And when I lived on the East Coast, when I was growing up in Philadelphia, I grew up around a lot of Italians and Sicilians. And, the people that talk with their hands and everything like that. And I get along with them great too. You know, it's what's going on with Kansas City, Kansas? Is it just I don't use eyeliner. Sorry. Mayor Jones from Scooby Doo. Really, I do. What's wrong? Missouri ain't bad, but get ready to drive. I will be taking a train from Charlotte. I think it goes through, I'm pretty sure I have to look at it again. It goes through Nashville and then it goes through Tennessee, all through Tennessee, and then Missouri from St. Louis all the way to Kansas City. I just haven't decided if I'm going to live in Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas, or a suburb of that. I don't know which one. What's really turning me on is the northern part of Kansas City, Missouri, which has patches of open land, actually. The airport's up there. They have a couple of different suburbs up there. One is called North Kansas City, a completely different city on the other side of the bridge from what I think is the Missouri River, and also Gladstone. There's a little town up north called St. Joseph's. It looks kind of nice. I'm not really, I need to live someplace where it's a sizable city, but it's not overwhelming. Like, for example, I'll tell you what an overwhelming city is. Los Angeles is an overwhelming city. That metro area has about probably 12.5 million people in the metropolitan area. New York City has about 22 million people in the metropolitan area. Washington, D.C., Baltimore together probably has like about 7 million people in the area. Philadelphia all by itself is 6.5 million people. That's the suburbs around it also. So I really don't want to live in a really big, giant city like that. I think something that's like Kansas City or Des Moines or what other places were I looking at? I think St. Louis overall is bigger than Kansas City. I've been looking at Topeka, Kansas too. I've been looking at Lincoln, Nebraska also. Yeah. I'm looking at places where you can purchase a home and get a nice chunk of land, But if you needed to go see a doctor, say when I get older, say I get older, and I pray I get older, say I get older, I get into way past 65, get into my 70s. Maybe Jesus will allow me to get to be that old. And say I have some type of a medical problem. Maybe I need to see a heart doctor. I need to see some other kind of doctor, any kind of doctor. When you get older, your body starts falling apart. You're going to have to see medical professionals. And I don't want to live in a town that's so far away from society that I have to drive like 200 miles to get to a specialist. I don't want that. I talked to my grandmother a long time ago when she was getting older, when she was like around 71 or 72, and I was just a young guy. I was like, I think I was like maybe 29 years old or something like that. Maybe I wasn't listening that carefully, but just a little bit. I kind of remember she said, whenever you live someplace, you don't want to live someplace when you're over 45 years old, because I was like 30 or 29 at the time. She said, when you hit 45 years old, you don't want to live someplace that's far away and where you have to drive somewhere far away to get to like a cardiologist or a heart surgeon or something like that. Or if you start falling apart or something, when you get old, you don't know what your genes are like. I mean, I do. I went to a geneticist and they told me that I have pretty strong genes, that I don't really have a lot of bad things in my genetic makeup, because they did a whole 20,000 genes they checked, and I don't have a lot of bad things in my genes. It's going to cause me all kinds of weird problems like getting lupus or something like that. I'm not going to have that. I do not have high blood pressure and at all, and I do not smoke cigarettes anymore for 5 years, and I haven't had alcohol in 19 years. So physically, I'm much healthier than most people my age. And as much as I want to live someplace that's like that has like maybe just no more than 50,000 people in it, some dinky little place like Dodge City, Kansas, somewhere. I'd love to live someplace like that. I think it's a little bit too far out. I think that it would be wiser for me to live um, like in eastern Kansas or in Missouri somewhere. It's kind of like the western part of the Midwest. Lot of you got to think. Got to think ahead. I have to live day by day and think ahead at the same time. Missouri is good if you want to disappear and keep it cheap. Really? Okay, that's cool. I saw Columbia and Jefferson City. That looked kind of nice. I saw some places outside of Kansas City, like in the like North Kansas City and Gladstone and St. Joseph's, going kind of like northwest down the 29. I saw some places along the 52. I saw some places like in Columbia and Jefferson City area. They're real spread out, and you can get a nice big property out there. And they do. And I'm checking in. I'm like, wow, they have regular doctors. They have cardiologists. They have like doctors that help you. Like, say, for example, I played, like when I was in high school, I played sports. So I have my left knee is a little bit messed up, right? Because I had giant linebackers smashing into me when I was going out to catch the football, right? I was a receiver, right? My left knee's a little bit messed up, but you don't have to be in pain anymore, right? You don't have to take pain pills either. You can take these injections. They give you 3 different injections in your knee. You stay awake. It's a surgery. It's a minor surgery, but you stay awake and you just have your knee, and they put all this iodine all over your knee, and they inject this gigantic needle into your knee, and it puts like fake cushy cartilage stuff in your knee, right? And then they do it 3 times, and then like about a couple of weeks after that, your knee's feeling perfectly fine because it has like fake cartilage in it. That's if you played sports when you were younger. You know what I mean? So I need doctors like that and stuff. I did my right knee. I'm going to do my left knee. I walk a lot. I walk a lot. I walk like 4 or 5 miles a day. Oh, what kind of music do I like? I like music mostly from the 90s. I like 80s music, and I like to reminisce about stuff that I used to hear and when I was a little kid in the back seat of my mother's Dodge Dart. Like all that old 70s music that sounded different. It sounded like 60s music more. Remember? Like all that fluffy Captain and Tennille kind of stuff. I actually used to remember listening to disco music when I was a little boy in the back seat. They were playing disco music. But when I got to be like an adult stuff, it's like the 90s and stuff like that. And I kind of grew up listening to. Well, I remember Wang Chung, and I remember I think The Cure was still around, and we had Offspring, we had Green Day, we had 9 Inch Nails, we had a lot of different bands back then. We had Jane's Addiction. Remember those dudes? I remember those guys because I lived in an apartment complex that was like next door to them. I knew one of those guys in Jane's Addiction. Yeah. That's a whole other story for another day, man. Those guys were wild before they got known. I was around way before. Jane's Addiction is sick. I know, aren't they? Captain and Neil were in the 70s. I was like a little kid. I used to listen to that on the radio. You know what they used to play when I was like a little dude, like 5, 6 years old? They used to play Captain and Tennille, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Karen Carpenter, who else? And Joni Mitchell, and disco music. They had like disco music and stuff. Like when I was a little kid, the grown-ups, like the young adults, I guess, or just about everybody was going to like discotheques or something, like dancing. They had movies about disco and all kinds of stuff. Some people like don't like disco. I remember Public Enemy's first album when it came out. Do you remember that? It was one like My Uzi Weighs a Ton. They had some very interesting songs. Thank you, Pofek. Thank you very much. I have no idea. Kelly Nunez, lots of people watching. Let's get the likes up. Thank you very much. I want to apologize to anybody. It's really not my fault, but I want to apologize to people that I had a situation here in, I believe it was, when was it? Tell me. Somebody tell me. Was it, I believe it was Sunday, right? It was Sunday. God, this is too dark. Oh my God. I got to do something about this hair. It was Sunday, and I had no moderator in here. Usually Takula or Jerry or Daniel Holman or a commentator, sometimes all three of them will be in here moderating my channel and doing a fantastic job. I'm very appreciative of them and keeping the chat flowing, right? Which is what they're supposed to do. I did not have a moderator for about an hour, and there was a lot of people saying nasty things, and I kept having to stop and moderate for myself, which got to be difficult and cumbersome. I couldn't talk to my viewers as much or say anything because I was constantly getting rid of nasty people. So somebody came along. He said he was from Israel, right? He said something about he lied or something. I don't know what his issue was. He said something about Israel and that he was pro the state of Israel or something like that, which I am too. Okay, just to let you know that I am pro the state of Israel. And I said, okay, I kind of do need a moderator. Could you do that just for a couple of days? He went, okay. So I made him a standard moderator. That's like the lower level moderator. And then the next day I found out that he was banning and putting in timeout and hiding users from channels that were people that watch my channel all the time, that have contributed to my channel, people I do not want to go away, people I love watching my channel. I really like them, like Barbara Budin and some other people that were upset, and they wrote me messages, long paragraphs about why was I banned and blah, 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 blah. And I just figured out today part of fixing that problem, because I didn't know what to do as a person that is, that gets a bad moderator. I don't know how to undo that. So I came on earlier asking some questions, and some people helped me fix part of that. Now, this is the name of the person. This person here, I'll just let you know really quick. Q-4444. That is the channel name of the bad moderator. He is not allowed in here. I will report him if I see him popping up or trying to mess with my channel. I love all you guys. This is a non-monetized channel. I don't know why anybody would come into my channel and want to mess my channel up. I'm like, I'm not even trying to make money off this. I just want to talk to people. Yes, wicked, aggressive glances take her on and off. Mama Llama of 171. Your eyes. What about my eyes? You think my eyes are beautiful. Okay, well, thank you very much for that compliment. Is that normal that you look like an old, expensive luxury car? Hello, sweetie. No, I'm not old yet. No, I'm going to take care. I'm going to take care of my these teeth that have to be replaced here and here. I'm going to get some implants. Yeah. Who's crying? I don't know what you're talking about. He's a lawyer in disguise. Wrong. I direct sales. I sold vinyl siding tools as a retail store manager. Other things. Wow, when you put a lot of conditioner in your hair, look what happens. See that? It's not as like my hair's like bam, like Cheap Trick or something like that. Okay. Let's move this a little forward. We're going to move this forward. I wonder what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put this on top of here. Move this back. That. Move this way. We're going to move some things around. We're going to go like that. Now, what do you think about that? Somebody's singing the B-52s in the other room. I'm not gay. Goodbye. I am what I eat. That makes me a pussy. No. The reason let me shout your name out. At Regal Rags London. The reason my channel is named Hollywoodland is because when I was a very young man, when I was about 19 years old, I lived in Upper Beechwood Canyon in the eastern part of the Hollywood Hills in a neighborhood that is called Hollywoodland. It's directly underneath the Hollywood sign, maybe about a quarter of a mile to a half mile. It was developed in the 1920s. You could build your own house up there and everything. It has like an entrance and everything. And I lived in a guest house behind a mansion, and I paid them $475 a month to live there. This was back in 1989. And I lived there for 10 months. So since I lived in a neighborhood in the Hollywood Hills called Hollywoodland, I called my channel Hollywoodland. I've never worked in the entertainment industry. Other than I worked in the nightclub business for a little while. The only time I've ever been on television was when a news reporter asked me a question. That's it. So I'm not in the television production industry or the music production industry or motion picture production industry. I don't work in those industries. However, I did live in Hollywoodland. I lived in Central Hollywood, which is a neighborhood in Los Angeles. And I also lived in the San Fernando Valley, in North Hollywood, and in Studio City, which is a neighborhood in the San Fernando Valley, which is the northern part of Los Angeles. It's on the north. It's north of the Hollywood Hills. There's a whole extra 1.8 million people living up there. You may not have seen it if you're a tourist, but there's a lot of people. That's where the middle class lives. And I lived up there for a long time. And I did other things for a living. I was in direct sales. Yeah. I'm always closing. From the time they answer the phone, I'm closing. I'm closing the deal. I'm closing the deal. Definitely. I got a question for everybody. Do I look like chopped liver? It's just a question. Am I chopped liver? Seriously, tell me. I've got to hear this. Not all the way. Yup. Hello, Dakula. Thank you, Dakula. Did Dakula come in? Yeah, I'm still looking for that dude. I got to make sure he's off of here. Hey, people, shut up and leave if you aren't enjoying yourself. Don't want to kick y'all, but y'all can fuck off. Oh, there's some people saying some. Kira Brave says San Fernando contributed to illegal activity. I don't. Maybe there was a San Fernando person. I don't know. There's a San Fernando City. There's a San Fernando Valley. I lived in the San Fernando Valley for most of the time. That lives in Los Angeles, actually. Planet Hollywood. Okay. At Dakula 1. Yeah. Yes. I think that Q-444 bad moderator is gone. I'm not certain of it. I haven't verified it. I've been told that if I see him, to get rid of him. Do I just tap on him and hide user from channel when I see Q-444, or do I have to do something in addition to that, like make him not a moderator anymore? So I have to press the thing again. I think I do. I think he might just stay away. Well, California will get back together. Johnny's here. Once Newsom and Karen Bass, the card carrying communist, is gone, and the liar and the cheat and the thief. When we get the elected officials and other government employees at a municipal, county, and state level removed from office, if they have to be indicted and go to a court date, then let it be. When they're gone, California, it ebbs and flows. It will go back to having a less corrupt government. The people that are the most angry at the current government in California are really the Democrats that run that state. They independents and Democrats, they run that state, and they're angry at their own party members. It will get fixed. The United States cannot have a California that does not function properly. Los Angeles all by itself, I don't know if you guys know this, but Los Angeles County is the largest manufacturing county by output in the entire United States. Furniture, soap, toys, processed food, automobile parts. Plus it has gigantic refineries there. And it has it's the biggest port in the United States, the busiest port for ingoing and outgoing commercial ships. The Port of Long Beach and the Port of Los Angeles and the San Pedro neighborhood are double ports, and it's busier than Houston or New Jersey. Yeah, it's extremely busy. And that area has to be functioning properly. It has to. The refineries have to be functioning, and the factories have to keep making stuff. And all of the stuff in the Central Valley, the middle part of California, where they're growing about anywhere from 1/4 to 1/3 of all of the food that you eat in this country, that food goes down to Los Angeles or Los Angeles County. It gets turned into something or shipped just the way it is, if it's produce or anything, or it gets turned into processed food that we probably shouldn't be eating. And it comes east to a Walmart, a Food Lion, a Publix, or Kroger near you, or H-E-B near you. So all of that has to be functioning properly, and we cannot have a government that is making decisions in the state of California or the county of Los Angeles that is screwing all that up. There's a lot of federal money that's going to California from the other 49 states is being misappropriated, and it's being stolen. It's being stolen by very sneaky people. that are in the state government and the local county governments, especially Los Angeles, and in municipal governments, and it all is in the middle of being overturned. The FBI is thick up into California, turning it upside down and shaking it out and finding out who's been stealing money, which includes non-governmental organizations that were stealing money and not housing homeless people properly like they should have. You can't catch all of them, but this Kash Patel is going to run down all these people that were stealing money from the rest of the country. They're not just stealing money from California. They're stealing money from everybody that works and pays taxes out of their paycheck. We're not going to, a whole state that big, the most populated state with 39.5 million people, is not going to run rogue and act like it can just do whatever the F it wants to. No president worth his weight, whether it's this guy or the guy after, is going to just continue to let that happen. So it's a really big discussion. It's not really for right now. We're going to let it go right now, but it will be taken care of. Trump is loyal to the United States citizens. We work with Israel. Israel is surrounded by people that want to bomb them all the time. And basically, the majority of this country comes to the aid of the Jewish people when they're under threat. That's just the way it is. If you disagree with that, you can disagree with that. But I will tell you one thing. If there's anything that I see in this chat that's anti-Semitic, you will be blocked. I'll think about your dad. I want to meet your dad. Okay, what's this? Imagine a world where suffering is no more. Open your mind to the possibilities of that for 1 second. Now, think about your dad. I want to meet that dad. I don't know what you're talking about. My dad no longer is with us. He did a lot to protect this country. He was the program manager for Astro Electronics, RCA Astro Electronics. And he was also a program manager in Camden, New Jersey, and worked on a lot of the missile systems that we use that have cameras on where the satellites take a picture of what is to be hit, and it goes right to the brain of the missile that's being shot from a ship or an airplane, a military aircraft, so that it goes right to the building that needs to get. The military building that needs to get wiped out without hurting any of the people in the houses or apartment complexes right across the street. So it doesn't have any civilian deaths. My father worked with engineers and was the manager of those engineers to make sure that happened, to have the really good satellite systems that do that kind of stuff. So it decreases the civilian casualties if there's ever conflict. My father was a really good man. He was a really good man, and he paid a lot of taxes and stuff like that. So don't ever talk shit about my father or his father, who worked for the Department of War and worked figuring out whether or not to use the binary system or the decimal system for the first computers before they even had punch cards. My grandfather was the vice president and general manager of Univac division of Sperry Rand Corporation in Connecticut after he had his federal job. He used to have to report to Dwight D. Eisenhower on how to better protect the United States from our adversaries. So don't talk crap about my family or you're blocked. I don't use makeup. So where's that guy that was talking shit about my dad? Did I get rid of him? I think I did. No, it's not. I don't know what you're talking about, cannibalism. That's sickening. Invade California. It's a state. The FBI the local FBI office in Los Angeles is already looking into that election on top of that. They've been looking into it. They were already out there making sure to see if Spencer Pratt was going to be have a lot of his votes thrown in a gully somewhere. We might have a problem with the county clerk that is saying that the signatures were not good enough to be counted. There's a lot of corruption. You think there's corruption in Minnesota? There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of stealing, and there's a lot of corruption in Minnesota and California. It's really bad. I'm old enough to remember when this country did not have that level of corruption, and it's really sad what's going on in the United States right now. This is not really there is corruption in both political parties. There is a lot of stealing going on at the city level in the United States. It's a fact. It's not my opinion. And it's being looked into. And I feel very good about Kash Patel looking into it. I want the FBI to look into it. I don't want government elected officials or not elected officials in any state stealing from the public. That means you. That money is supposed to go for women with children that are single, that don't have husbands, or their husbands are not paying their child support. That money is supposed to be going to handicapped people, elderly people that don't have any family left to take care of them. That's where that money is supposed to go to. Disabled people that are maybe they're mentally ill or they have some type of a physical handicap. That money is not supposed to be lining the pockets of selfish politicians that are skimming it. If you're one of the people that thinks it's okay to skim money off of the public, then you can get the fuck off of my channel too. And maybe you should try another country, like go to Brazil somewhere. Maybe Brazil is a better place for you. We can arrange that. You know, we're going to have other presidents coming in. They're going to be much tougher than these people. We're going to find out who the criminals are that have been stealing money from the general public in the United States, and they're going to get indicted, and they're probably on their way to federal prison. You know, invade a state. What are you people talking about? Where'd you go to school? And you keep changing channels. You know, I could dox you, right? I could do that if I felt like it. Not somebody you want to fuck with. Okay, you're gone. I'm just going to get rid of these fuckers. I don't care about you. You think no one's going to be arrested? Wait till you find out what's coming down the pipe, brother. Okay, we got a bunch of pieces of shit in here. We're going to get rid of them. People that think that stealing from the public is okay and taking food out of a baby's mouth is okay. You think it's okay for a politician to steal money? Okay. DeCola, if you're here, if there's people talking crap and disagreeing and saying things that are bad about women and children, it's not going to be easy to take money from the government much longer. The general public is very upset about that. There are people that are very, very poor, and having to live in you have people living in like little rooms for rent, and old trailers, and I don't, but living in garages and basements and stuff like that. There's just people that are really poor right now that shouldn't be American citizens. They should not be living like that. And I know a lot of the reasons why. Big Bear Venom 6145. I love hearing this drain the swamp of all of these crooked politicians. You know what? You'd think it would be the federal government. And it got bad in the federal government, but it's really at the city and the county level. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And that fucking, what's his name? That Jesse Waters guy on Fox News. I don't even watch Fox News, but he keeps popping up on my screen all the time. I am not a registered Republican. I'm letting you know that right now. I am an independent. And you got this Jesse Waters guy with a sarcastic tone out of his voice talking crap about Daisy the Venice healer out there. She's a nice lady. I don't know what he's bothering her for. And it's both parties. It's both political parties are stealing from us. It's not okay to steal. It's not okay to lie. It's not okay to gaslight. It's not okay to gatekeep. All of that is destructive. It's not okay. It's not okay for you to be 30 years old and a man and living in your mother's house and not working. Level up and go get a fucking job, okay? And help your mother pay the bills, or at least do that. You men need to level up is what you need to do. Corrupt politicians are. It's pretty bad. You might not be aware of it, but it's happening. All right, we're not going to talk about the dark web here. You're going. Yeah, I know. She's singing.
We like to hide out in the hat.
Oh, my Lord, in the southern states. Now, I live in a state in North Carolina that parts of this state are like the South, like the rest of the South, like the eastern part of the state. I'd say the area that's up and along I-95, that part of the state and the state that skirts the border of, and skirts the hi, Miss Newman, how you doing?
Pretty good.
The part of North Carolina that is within, I don't know, 100 miles of I-95 in the eastern part of the state, also the part of North Carolina that is on the border of South Carolina, and some of the areas up in the mountains, in the Appalachian Mountains. Not all of them, not Asheville, but some of the places up in the mountains have poverty. But the rest of North Carolina, there is not poverty, and this state, depending on, is really turning into more of a northern state. It really is, especially Charlotte, Raleigh too. It has the vibe. A lot of the Piedmont region, which is in like the middle part of North Carolina, feels like Virginia more, or feels like you're living in a suburb of Philadelphia or something like that. It's really become very Yankee around here. Once you get into South Carolina, it's a little bit different. South Carolina, all the way to and including Arkansas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Oklahoma, and eastern Oklahoma, is definitely the South, and it has a lot of poverty. Some parts of the South I've been to have abject poverty. I've been to places in Arkansas and Mississippi that look like parts of Mexico. It's that poor. I don't know why. They should have some type of light industry or some kind of work for those people. There's not a lot of people living in the interior of the South, but there's too many people for the amount of jobs available. And what jobs are available are not very high paying jobs. So the whole area is poor. Like the whole interior of the South is just like, you go north of I-10, it's just poverty all the way up into Nashville. It's just, in fact, Kentucky, I don't know if that's really a southern state, but Kentucky, like the whole eastern part of Kentucky, is more like West Virginia. You should see it. It's poor. You go east of Lexington, and I was just like, wow. Because, I grew up in Philadelphia, New Jersey. I thought I saw poverty before, but I never saw rural poverty. And it's pretty bad there. It's pretty bad there. We need more jobs for those people. A lot of those people, when they get out of high school, if they do, they have to go on into the military. They'll take them if you drop out of the military. They'll give you a GED. They join the Army, the Marines, or the Navy, or something. Those young guys, and or people that are in the deep South in the poor areas, they'll just go on out to Texas and work out in Texas doing construction work or something like that, where it's a better economy or something like that. That's generally what people that don't come from any money in the South do. And then they'll work for like 6 months, 9 months, and then come back home and live on land had they kept in the family for many years. They're land poor, is what they are. They can't afford to farm the land anymore. That's the South. That's the South. It's one of the reasons I'm moving out of North Carolina. There's a lot of conflict here between the locals and the people coming in. Charlotte is a very crime-infested area. I think that Charlotte metropolitan area is overpriced for what you get. I don't think it's worth it. I look at other places in the Midwest, like Kansas City, Kansas and Missouri, and I look at Lincoln, Nebraska, Des Moines, Topeka, Kansas, even Indianapolis or Columbus, Ohio, and stuff like that. And you get a lot more for your money in those metro areas. You really do. It doesn't cost you a lot to live up there. The only thing is you have to deal with having, you're going to get a winter. Like some people want warm weather all year round. I don't mind winter. It's not a big deal for me. If it's cold outside for 4 months out of the year in Kansas City, and it's really cold that you don't even want to go outside for a couple months, you just use rock salt, put it on your sidewalk, and I don't know, have a truck that has front wheel drive, and just make sure that you go grocery shopping and get a freezer and stick it in your basement, so you only have to go shopping like once a month. And then pretty soon the winter's over. It's no big deal, because the spring, the summer, and the fall up in like Missouri and Nebraska and Kansas is actually pretty nice, compared to living in the South. If you've ever been in the South, it gets ungodly hot down here. I mean, you almost need central air conditioning down here. It's just like, oh my God. And I'm not into that hot weather. I could not do Florida. California's not like that. I can't do that. That really hot, humid, whatever that is, with bugs and alligators and all that stuff. I'm not into it. If I want to go to a beach and I live in the Midwest, I can go to Western Florida in the spring or the fall where it's kind of nice, right? Like Pensacola Beach, or I can go to Destin, like in the Western Panhandle of Florida, and I can really enjoy myself. I have family there. I got a ton of family that live in Pensacola, Destin, and these places like that. They retired down there. And I'll go visit them for Christmas and stuff like that and have a blast. It's nice. It's like spring weather in Christmas time down there, And the rest of the year I can spend living in the Midwest. A lot of people do that. Fayetteville, Lumberton area. Yeah, Fayetteville's not my kind of place. Yeah, it's not my kind of place. I know where that is, Lumberton area. It's kind of. I know what it's like there. Why is YouTube filled with aging grifters? Who is a grifter? Do you think I am a grifter? Okay, you're gone. This is a non-monetized channel. I don't make any money. YouTube pays me nothing to do this. I don't need your money. Direct sales of everything, mostly vinyl siding. I'm not a boomer. Bye. I don't know who these people are. Oh, you mean my generation? Oh, I'm a Generation X. Oh, you didn't know that? What made you think I was a baby boomer? That's odd. I've never had anyone say that to me before. How is he grifting? I'm not asking for any money. I don't need your money. I'm not even monetized. This channel will be monetized when I get to, I don't know, like I have like almost probably 2,000 subscribers right now, I think, or close to it. I do have a goal this is at Hollywoodland21. When I get to 5,000 subscribers, what I'll do is I will hit the green light and I will monetize this channel. And then I will put Cash App and Venmo and PayPal. And if you want to give me a gift, you can. That's fine. I'll entertain you and we'll talk all day long about things. It's taking up my time. I might as well make a little bit of passive income in addition to other things that I do. You look like a Gen Z kiddo. Really? Yeah, I don't think so. I look like Gen Z. Well, I'm over 45 years old. I mean, isn't Gen Z like under 30? Wow. I think the millennials are between like 30 and 45. No, 30. It's like 30 to 45, and then 46 to 61 is a Generation X. I don't know what the. I had older parents. Like I did not have boomer parents. A lot of us Generation X, we had like Korean War era age parents. But some of us Generation X had not most of us, but some of us, maybe 10 or 15% of us had parents that were older, like older than baby boomers. Like my father was born in 1942. My mother was born in 1945. She's on the cusp of a baby boomer. No, I'm not monetized on here at all. I'm not going to monetize until I get to 5,000 subscribers. I don't need to monetize. I don't need your money. This is just for fun. I just sell the siding. I sell the siding, the vinyl siding. I used to sell the vinyl siding to people. When I lived in Los Angeles, it was really good because I sold the vinyl siding, made cold calls, sold it to people in Glendora, Whittier, and other places that are in the foothills of the mountains that surround Los Angeles because it rains more up there and they need that vinyl siding. I've also sold tools too. I don't believe there may be parallel universes. I'm not sure. Anyway, the name of my channel it's at Hollywoodland21. I need you to hit the subscribe button to at Hollywoodland21 and get me up to 10,000 subscribers by September the 1st. That's my goal. We're going to have a blast here. We're going to have a blast when more people start coming in here. You guys are beautiful. At Hollywoodland21. There's no cost to subscribe to my channel. No cost whatsoever. At Hollywoodland21. And hit the subscribe button. There's absolutely no charge whatsoever. I have either close to or just above 2,000 subscribers right now, and I'm building my subscriber base, and I need to get to 10,000 subscribers by September the 1st, which I believe is 1 week. That's about 5.5 weeks from now. So let's get me up to 10,000 subscribers. At Hollywoodland21, hit the subscribe button. You guys are beautiful. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Don't touch that dial. Yo, we are going to take a little walk over here. Yes, we are. We're going to take a little walk over here. And guess what? We're going to make some soda. It's very easy to make a soda. Oh, it's already made. Do you have Food Lion where you are? I think it's something that starts in Pennsylvania and it goes down to the Carolinas, but I'm not sure. It's a new store for me. I never saw it. It might be in like western or central Pennsylvania. I grew up in Philadelphia, which is in southeastern Pennsylvania. It's closer to New Jersey, actually. And then I lived in Los Angeles. We have different stores out there. We have a store called Vons out there in LA and one called Ralph's and Trader Joe's, which I don't go to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has a lot of recalls, but you didn't hear that from me. And we used to have a place called the 99-cent only stores, which was the predecessor of all the rest of the dollar stores, but they went out of business. Wonder why? Maybe it's a corrupt government that screwed everything up in California. 8:37 Eastern Standard Time in suburban Charlotte, North Carolina. I love diet soda, especially when it's really affordable. What are you saying in there? excuse me, one moment. I've got to figure out what's going on. What are you doing?
I'm talking about, I'm having not this weekend on Saturday, but next, when I start going to, we do a talent show, and I'm going to be singing on stage.
You're going to be doing what?
Singing on stage. Actually singing on stage.
At the talent show.
At the talent show.
And what else are you going to be doing?
In Lancaster, North Carolina.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And you're going to show off all your talents and you're going to sing, right?
Yeah, and I'm also taking my violin as well.
Oh, so you're going to play Black Beauty, your violin.
Yes, I'm going to be taking that with me to a show in
And this is next week, correct? Or the week after?
The week after.
Isn't that wonderful?
So I invited all my singing people on Star Maker to come. So if they want to come, they're more than welcome to come.
Oh, so you're on Star Maker a lot, correct?
Yes.
And this is the infamous Julie Newman.
Hello. Of course, my hair
You
is cut
haven't
short
met
now.
Julie Newman. This is Julie Newman.
I'm sorry that my hair is cut short. It's because my hair was so frizzy that I decided I was going to cut it short and let it grow back at the natural color and let it grow back long again.
That's right.
And this is growth. This is growth. This is only 2
That's
weeks
like real
of growth.
growth.
This is 2 weeks of growth right here. This is how much 2 weeks my hair.
I know, your hair grew really fast.
So, yeah, I will be doing a talent show to win money, which is really nice. And then I will be every weekend on Saturday. I will be playing in different spots, singing, playing violin.
Do you like to entertain people?
Yeah, I'm a music person.
So you used to be a part-time deputy sheriff.
Yes, I used to be a deputy sheriff with my father a long time ago.
Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes. Which no one would ever guess my age. Not in a million years.
And what is that Sandy the Squirrel you did?
Yeah, for when the person was on maternity leave, yes. I did do that.
Oh, for SpongeBob SquarePants?
Mm-hmm.
And what does Sandy the Squirrel on SpongeBob SquarePants
I'll
say?
get you, Dirty Dan.
How do you say that?
I'll get you, Dirty Dan.
You said it just like, well, you were. What, 5 months you had to do the voice?
Right.
That's interesting.
That's why I sound just like her to a lot of people.
Well, you sound like you're from Texas, even though you're not from Texas.
Right, but we have the same accent.
Do what?
We have the same accent in Texas as we do here.
In northern Georgia, basically, like it sounds like it almost sounds like Texarkana or Arkansas or someplace like
that. We all
that.
have that same accent.
Yeah. Well, thank you
Mm-hmm.
for letting us know about that,
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Newman. Okay, we are back here again. Okay, where was I? Here I am. Let's see, where are my glasses at? So I can see you people.
Natural born killer.
Hope, Arkansas. Rachel M. 603 said, best of luck. Oh, I'm sorry that you have brain cancer. You're getting treated for that? You'll be in my prayers at Mama Llama of 1171. Yeah, I think Julie should have her own YouTube channel. She doesn't want to right now. No, she just filled in for the woman that did the voiceovers for the cartoon characters on SpongeBob, just for about 4.5, 5 months, something like that. They do have some Piggly Wigglies some places in the South, in the small towns. I like Publix myself. Food Line in Tennessee, okay, it's there. It's in parts of Pennsylvania and Maryland, okay. Well, it's time for me to get something to drink. All messages. Let's see what happens. I'm just playing around here. Thank you very much for thank you very much for you know, subscribing to at Hollywoodland21. I do appreciate it a lot. This has been a very interesting week. I have never read so much about well, yes, I have. And when I was going to college, I read about the United States. But I'm zeroing in on Missouri and Kansas. And I've read about those two states a lot. And I've also been looking into average selling prices of condominiums, small houses, townhouses, things like that. I don't really like the whole townhouse thing. I mean, if I'd rather live in a big high-rise building that's a condominium before I would live in a townhouse. I'm really looking for something that's a small house, you know, somewhere in either Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri, or some suburb around there. There's a place called Oath. Is it pronounced Oath or Oath? And Overland Park, places like that. I don't mind driving a little bit outside of the city to get a bigger lawn. I've been to Oregon. I used to live in the Bellevue, Washington. It's a little bit too rainy for myself up there, for my liking. I think it is a great state. I've been through it a lot of times. I really enjoyed it. Really? I did not know that, John O'Brien 3005. That's interesting. That you won $10 on a $20 scratch off today. 1 hour and 14 minutes. I was not expecting to go this long on my day off of this. I need everybody to go to at Hollywoodland21 and subscribe. It is free to subscribe to my channel. This is a non-monetized channel. I'm needing subscriptions. I have around 2,000 subscribers, and I need to get to 10,000 subscribers by September the 1st of 2026. Thank you. You're beautiful. Thank you for subscribing and hitting the subscribe button, which is free to you. At Hollywoodland21. That's at Hollywoodland21. Once again, that's at Hollywoodland21. I'm hiding. I'm hiding. I got a lot on my mind. Okay, I'm a dude, okay? I'm a man. I'm very much a man. Smash the like on your way out. Even the trolls. Laugh out loud. Okay, you know I got a lot on my mind. What do you people think I have on my mind? Why don't you tell me? What's on my mind? What's at the back of my mind that just won't go away? Tell me. Why do I look like Kirk Douglas and Josh Brolin had a 60-year-old love child? I'm not 60, though. Fuzzy pickles. Hair dye. A little bit. It's too dark. I just had gray on the sides, and it just turned out too dark. I'm going to get light brown next time. No, I don't want to talk about what the fuck. Like, who the fuck would not see you as a man? Well, I don't believe I'm chopped liver. I'm definitely a man. And what is it that most men, and I'm really fairly good at, everybody has a masculine and a feminine side. I'm about split down the middle. I don't know if zodiac signs really are true or not. I don't even know if they're biblical or Christian. I'd have to ask somebody. But I am a late June Cancer. That's my sun sign. You know what the sun sign is. That's your main sign. I'm a Cancer. I was born in late June. And my rising sign is Sagittarius, which means I have to be this lady that did my chart said by the longitude and latitude lines of where I was born and the time I was born and the year I was born, and said that she did my zodiac chart, and she said that I tend to be somebody that needs to be front and center, like showing off, or like a rock and roll star or something like that, like always having to be the center of attention or something. I don't feel that way. Maybe as a younger person I was that way. Leo, Sag. No, it's not satanic. It's just a bunch of people that work in the television business. It's not. Yeah, I'm definitely a man. And I know I'm a man. And I'll tell you why. I am what I eat. That makes me a pussy, right? Another thing. You know, men really do like to do that. Real men do. Yeah. They do. It's some men, it's their favorite thing to do. When you get older, you really get good at it. The thing is, I was reminded in the last couple of weeks how much of a man I really am. Because there are certain things about women that I just don't understand. Oh yes, they do. But that all depends. Laugh out loud. You're funny. Aquarius here. A Leo. Lisa Nashville's an Aquarius. Rose, 9866, is a Leo. I don't know why it is, but I've always been attracted to either Leos, Sagittariuses, or Aries. And I'm a Cancer. Why is that? That's not usually who I'm attracted to as far as opposite sex. I don't know why. Even those men to have just friendships with and stuff like that. I don't know why. I just am. And I believe are those fire signs? I can't remember. Oh, you're a Cancer like myself at Tina Kennedy. You're an Aries. Yeah, typically people that are Cancers, that's a water sign, are not attracted to Leo, but I am. I'm attracted specifically to Leos, Sagittariuses, and Aries. I do not know why. I do know I have a Sagittarius rising sign, but my sun sign is Cancer. I have a lot of aspects of Cancer in me. Yes, I'm very moody and I'm very parental, and I'm very protective of. I'm kind of a family-oriented person that never really had a family. I didn't get that part of my life. It didn't happen. You're Virgo and you dislike all people. I have not had alcohol, weed, or coke in almost 19 years. And August the 8th will be 19 years of clean time. Yeah. I don't know if I'm sober. That would imply that I have soundness of mind, which is what the word sobriety means. Maybe I'm not sound mind. You got to decide for yourself if you think I am. So I do not drink. I worked very hard to not drink. As a matter of fact, I had cravings 6.5 months into stopping coke, weed, and alcohol. That was back at that time, it ended up being like February of 2008. And I got on my hands and my knees and I asked Jesus Christ to take away the cravings to use drugs and alcohol. And he took them away just like that. And I have never had a craving to do that since. And 5 years and 2 months ago, I stopped smoking cigarettes and I can breathe well and my lungs are completely clean. I had a CAT scan angiogram of high imaging of my lungs, and the pulmonologist said, "Did you ever smoke before?" I said, "Yeah, a long time, from like 17 years old until whenever." And he said, "You don't look like you've smoked for 25 years. I mean, like, so, and I have a liver that's completely grown back. So thank you, American Swede, 1992. Bro, 19 years is no joke. Power to you. Thank you very much. I work very hard to not drink alcohol and not use illicit drugs and not do that stuff for that long of a time. I really did. Oh, remember, this is Hollywood. This is my channel name is at Hollywoodland21. Please press the subscribe button. Yes, at Hollywoodland21. That's at Hollywoodland21. Please subscribe. I need to get to 10,000 subscriptions by September the 1st. It's pressing. This is going to be a huge channel. You can take that to the bank. Yes, it is. Yes, it is going to be a huge channel. And it's all for you, the viewer. It's for you. I do not charge to subscribe to my channel. The best thing in the world that you can do to help out another human being, mostly me, and yourself, because this is going to be fun when this gets to be a real big channel, which it will. is to subscribe to at Hollywoodland21. At Hollywoodland21. That's at Hollywoodland21. Just type it in, hit the subscribe button, and in no time, I will have 10,000 subscribers. When I get to 5,000 subscribers or 7,000 subscribers, I haven't made my mind up, I will monetize this channel. I am currently non-monetized. I'm just building a subscriber base right now. I just don't need the money right now. If I get up to 5,000 and I'll look it up and it says I can throw 150 or 250 extra dollars a week in the bank, yeah, sure, I'll subscribe at that point. I mean, I'll monetize. I misspoke. I'll monetize at that point. Eight years for me, no alcohol. At Joey Lyons, 8238. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Kelly Nunez, 9974. You're beautiful. Thank you for coming in. Patrick Duffy Eyes. Who is Patrick Duffy's? Congrats, repent. Damien, it's all for you. Oh, you're weird, dude. You remind me of Alec Baldwin in The Cat in the Hat, really. I never saw that movie. Sag, Leo, Aries. I'm a Cancerian that is oddly attracted to Sagittarius, Leos, and Aries, which I believe those are fire signs. Why would a water sign be all my life attracted to fire signs? Does it have something to do with I have a fire sign as a rising sign? Or is all of it a bunch of crap and it's non-Christian and I should just forget about all of it? I don't know. You tell me. So can't relate to not needing the money. Laugh out loud, but medical bills are stupidly expensive. Well, I don't need anyone to send me any money. If I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'm not going to sit here and get nothing. I mean, if I can make an extra couple $100 a week, yeah, sure. I'll buy some more equipment for this silly little show. I'm kind of frugal. Some people think that I'm cheap. I don't think I'm cheap. I'm being honest with myself. I believe that I'm frugal, a frugal person. I remember what it was like to be poor and be like 18, 19, 20 years old, 21 years old, 22 years old. And well, I didn't think I was poor, but I mean, not really. I mean, I was already middle income by the time I was 21 years old. I mean, I didn't have any kids and I was working 70 hours a week and I had all kinds of money on me. Oh, you're funny, Walkie Talkie 1973. It's that little push behind. It's all for you. I'm glad when I do not judge people that use drugs, alcohol, weed, anything. This country is so fucked up right now. I don't blame anybody for smoking a bowl. You know what I mean? I mean, it's messed up right now. Did you ever notice that like it's not just younger people, it's a lot of people. A lot of people have a nasty attitude in the United States now. I'm happy. I mean, I had a health scare when I was in my very early 40s. I had a health scare right like 5 years after I got sober. I had a health scare and doctors, the surgeons, like they saved my life. Persian, Iranian doctors in Los Angeles. Iranian Jewish doctors, Persian Jews that were doctors and surgeons saved my life. I got a second chance to live. So I'm happy I wake up in the morning. Every day I wake up in the morning, it's a good day. I felt that way when I had less money than I do now. Seriously. Why should I not feel happy that I woke up in the morning? We're all here on borrowed time anyway. Oh, the doctors fixed me. The very good Persian and Israeli doctors fixed me in Los Angeles, California, and in Beverly Hills, California. They fixed me. My health scare is gone. And I'm not going to talk about the details of it and everything, but it's gone. No, it was not HIV or anything. I don't have that shit. So don't, if anybody that says some bullshit like that or lies about me, that's not true. I had a different type of a health scare. And it was serious. And I was ready to meet my maker, and then they cured me. And they did some work on me, and my life was saved in my early 40s. I'm very grateful to be on this earth and get to live another, well, I plan on living to be over 100. So I get to live, another half century. That's what I want to do. I'm going to live another 50 years. How about that? I'll outlive all you people. I'll live so long that this country I'll live so long that our country will end up getting invaded. I'll have to speak some other kind of language. Who knows? Christ is Lord. Not a K. Hi, welcome in. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Ralph said that he quit booze and meth, and my life was saved too. You know what? That speed is really messed up. I never got into that. I did more of like the coke and stuff like that. I never got into meth. It's just really dangerous. It can make your aorta that comes out of your left ventricle, it can make your aorta dissect and blow up inside of your chest. And then you have 10 minutes to get to the hospital. Did you know that? Or you're gone. That's how dangerous speed is. I would advise everybody on this planet to not use it. Starve E RV 2867, 37 days sober at 42. That's very smart for you. Do not ever use that stuff again. You are too old at 42 to use speed, coke, any uppers. I'm not kidding you. And that weed that has the high THC level, that's not good too, because it can destroy your cerebral cortex, the thinking part of your brain. It's grown underneath lamps. It's not like that Mexican dirt weed that you grow in your backyard. It's not the same. Joshua Blocker said, Iranian doctor saved my son. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't have him right now. That doctor discovered a rare condition that's only seen in his region. Did you know? I'm grateful that happened. Did you know that the royalty in England and other countries in Europe used to send their rich people? They could send the military to guard them and everything, and sent them down the roads leading all the way to Tehran, to Persia, to have Persian doctors work on them and give them surgeries, brain surgeries, heart surgeries, all kinds of things. That the Persians were the best doctors and surgeons in the entire planet for many, many centuries, actually. And that's where the royalty from Europe used to send their family members to get surgeries to Persia. A lot of people don't know that. American Sweden, 1992. I just want Jesus to come back. You know, sometimes I get so depressed I just want Jesus to come back. I really do. This has been a hard couple of weeks for me. There's a lot going on in my household right here. There's a lot going on in this particular area around that's anywhere near Charlotte. There's problems around here. This place is overpriced. I'm just not feeling it here. I don't have to renew the lease on this. I'm leasing right now. I don't have to renew the lease, and I decided I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know who's watching this show. I'm relocating. I'm going to the Kansas City area. Kansas City, Kansas, or a suburb of there, or Kansas City, Missouri, or a suburb of there. I am looking at Independence, Missouri, and Gladstone, Missouri also. Looking at those. Independence, Missouri, isn't that where Truman's from? You attract the flame. That's what I would say. I myself, a fire sign with an earth sign. He is drawn to the passionate side of us fire signs. Yeah, fire signs are very passionate. I just don't know why I'm attracted to Leos and Sagittariuses and Aries. You would think I wouldn't, but I am, as friendships and as in the past, almost all my past relationships with women have all been fire signs. It's really weird, but true. Yeah, Coke, it was pretty popular back in the 80s and 90s, wasn't it? Even the early 2000s. I don't know. Yeah, it is nasty. Yeah, don't do stuff. Yeah, that method. I put away that stuff 19 years ago. I mean, come on. When I was like in my mid 30s, getting into my my late 30s, I'm like, it's like you get to be like 35 years old. It's like, what are you doing that stuff where you can have a heart attack? Especially when you hit 40 years old, you could just drop over dead, snorting stuff up your nose, Coke, speed, any of that stuff, especially speed. I don't know if your doctor subscribes to Xanax. I take lorazepam. But I have bipolar disorder, and I have bipolar disorder really bad. But I just take medications for it, and I do the best I can. In no way affiliated. If a woman tells me her sign, I kick her out of my car. You see, I know I'm a man, right? Because I do not understand a lot of women the way. I understand women better than most men do. But there's certain times when there's certain women they confuse me. I'm like, what? What are you doing? I don't bite. I don't bite. I don't play games at all. I'm too old for that. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't get it. It's just, I don't get it. Like, it's obvious. It's pretty obvious. They know me. My actions speak louder than words. Put it that way. My actions speak louder than words. You know, just to let you people know, Lydia Everett, hi. Before you go to the meds, get the jerks and the assholes out of your life. I will not tell you how old I am. You wouldn't believe me. Or you might believe me, I don't know. But it's like, I want to remind you something. And I'm not Catholic, but a priest told me this, and I believe him. This is actually a fact, okay? It's really not an opinion. Did you know that a lot of people think that they know what love is? It's not talking to someone. It's not going out on a date. It's not having sex. It's not any of those things. Love is a verb. Love is an action word. So yeah, love is a verb. Love is an action word. It doesn't necessarily mean romance or sex or any of that kind of stuff like that. It can. Again, that can be part of it, I guess. It can. I'm sure that love can manifest itself in love making or romance and things like that. But at its core, love is a verb, which means that love is an action word. And a priest told me that the simplest definition of the word love is giving of yourself or your time freely to another individual or group of people without expecting anything in return and not boasting or bragging about what you did. It's as simple as that. And that's the most simple definition of love. And a Catholic priest explained that to me. It's giving of yourself, your time, your money, if necessary, everything, but not expecting anything in return for it. Just freely giving. Because you want to. Helping people. Giving to people. Giving people of your time, which is time is my currency. It's very precious to me, time. And not bragging about it. And not expecting anything in return from that person. Now, if you get something in return from that person, well, I guess that you do, but not to expect it. Love doesn't have like conditions. Real pure love does not have conditions at all. And I hope that's understood. Okay. I love my family members, even the ones I'm not getting along with. And my true friends, whether they're in real life or people that are my friends on social media platforms, which there's a very small handful of people that I consider friends on social media, whether it's YouTube or TikTok. I love my friends. I love my friends very much, and I enjoy helping them. I want to see them do well for themselves and have healthy and productive lives. I do. It makes you feel good to give freely without expecting anything in return. You know, if you get something back, if you give to somebody and you get something back, okay. That's nice. But don't expect anything. You know, another thing I learned about life is not every day is going to be a real happy day. Happiness, and I'll be honest with you, in my life, it's easier for me to obtain money than it is for me to obtain happiness. Chasing happiness. Happiness seems to elude me. It escapes me a lot of the time. And I can get depressed just like anyone else. I get very sad. I'm very sensitive. People that know me well, whether it's on social media, and only a handful of people on social media really know me. Very small handful. I mean real small handful that I've made myself vulnerable to let them know what I'm really like. I can be a very sensitive person. My family knows I am, but they also know there's another side of me, which is a very assertive person and a very I don't put up with any crap person. Like I don't like I'm an extremely protective person of my loved ones, women, children, anybody, even men that are in my family. I'm very protective of them, but particularly the women and the children. I'm very protective of them. But you could be that, and you can also be very, very emotionally sensitive too. Maybe that's the Cancerian in me. Cancerians are very. I heard they get very sensitive feelings. I guess that's just the way I was built. That's the deck of cards I was dealt, and my personality, from as far as the aspects of my personality. Yeah. Any advice about lust? Well, lust is not love, but I have engaged in lustful behaviors. I've enjoyed lustful behaviors, and the Motel 6 and the Marriott, two different level motels, very different, but in both places I have enjoyed lust. I do enjoy Motel 6 throughout my life. I did used to sell women's shoes when I was like 19, 20, 21 years old, even part-time, even when I was working in restaurants also. And I sold women's shoes and handbags, and I got a lot of telephone numbers. And I have got to admit, I'm very grateful that for Motel 6 having low prices, and they always left the light on for me. I really enjoyed that when I would bring my friends to the Motel 6. That's plural, sometimes. No, I'm not a writer. I know some writers. Yeah, I'm wandering traveler. I believe 6633. I think that's true. It's called compassion. Happiness is a mindset. There's also a thing called joy, moments of joy. I can watch other people, even on a live stream, and see something that just makes me feel like a moment of joy inside my heart. You know, when I see a lot of things were different for me in my childhood. It was kind of when I see a parent teaching their child, and I can see that the parent loves their child very much. When I see that, and I can feel that. I'm like, wow, that's like, that brought me moments of joy to see that. If I ever see a parent like raising their child and really caring and loving their child, that makes me feel joy in my heart. It used to make me envious, but it doesn't anymore. It just brings joy to my heart because I know that child will grow up to be a really top tier type of an individual if they're raised like that with a loving parent or parents. That's something that the United States, as a society, we need to work on. Is not neglecting our children and loving our children and taking care of them and making sure that the parents need to make sure that their children know that they'll help them with anything. I was just addicted to the addiction of more drugs, more alcohol, more. I was masking my emotions from childhood trauma. I don't do that anymore. Yeah, I let go of ego a long time ago. Egocentrism stands for edging God out. I have real self-confidence. You might, I'll let you be the judge of that. I know I do, but this is my authentic self. This is who I really am. This is the real Randall. And we all edge God out every once in a while, but pretty much the ego I let go of. You can tell the difference between a person that is egocentric and a person that has real self-confidence. The person that is egocentric is more than likely the weakest person in the room. Now, Jesus can help you get rid of that egocentrism if you ask him to. He can get rid of it forever. Okay, catch you later, Mr. Randall. Thank you very much for coming in, Walkie Talkie. And remember to subscribe to @Hollywoodland21. That's @Hollywoodland21. Hit the subscribe button, and let's get me up to 10,000 subscribers by September the 1st of 2026. That's only about maybe 5.5 weeks from now. Wow, let's see how many people we have in my room right now. Let's take a look. 65 people. I got 98 likes. That's wonderful. Thank you for all the likes. You viewers are beautiful. Thank you for coming into @Hollywoodland21 and subscribing to my channel. I really, really appreciate you being here. Yeah, let's get the likes over 100. Let's do that. We need just 2 more likes. Hit the like button. That's 100. We're going up again. We need one more like, and we will be over 100. $101. I weighed myself this morning. You're not going to believe this. You know what I came in as? I'm 6'1". You don't believe me? Watch this. Put this chair back. I'm going to show you. You probably don't believe me, but yes, I'm kind of tall. You see? I have to bend over like this. I can touch the top of this. Yeah, I'm 6'1", and I weighed in on this scale down here as exactly 168 pounds. 168 pounds at 6'1". You may say that's a little thin, but I'm going to get down to 150 because I'm not going to have any fat on my body. I'm going to have a washboard stomach. How about that? Why? Because I have a little bit of ego still left in me, and I'm vain like that about my body. Excuse me? Yeah. I'm going to get that washboard. So I have like my 2 muscles right here, and the other 2 are coming in. And when I get from 168 and I get down to about 155, you start seeing all 6, abdominal muscles. There's actually 8. I get down to 150. You can see the very lower abdominal muscles. So I have a washboard stomach at about 150 to 155 pounds. That's right. I'm vain and proceeds to blow nose. That's right. Wow, look at that. 110 likes. That's fantastic. No, I do not wandering traveler. I do not. Thank you, everyone. Thank you at Dakula1. Thank you at Kelly Nunez 9974. Thank you very much for everyone for being in here. And thank you, Jerry. And thank you, Daniel Holman, and all the rest of my wonderful moderators. It looks like we may have gotten this moderator problem solved. I wanted to come on today, the day before my regular day to come on, to see if we get this rogue moderator thing. I just wanted to verify that this person was gone. I'm praying to Jesus this person's gone. I will report that person if they ever come back here again. And you know who that person is. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, my my um, my show, not my little show here that I do as a variety channel. Please hit the subscribe button to at Hollywoodland21. That's at Hollywoodland21. Let's get me up to 10,000 subscribers as fast as possible. We're going to have a blast. You people are beautiful. I go live streaming on YouTube, this platform I'm on right now, wonderful YouTube, as opposed to the crappy TikTok. Well, it's good for some people. It's good for some purposes, but as far as live streaming, I really do. I'm a big YouTube supporter, and I think that YouTube is all that in a bag of chips. I am live streaming on YouTube at Hollywoodland21. That is my handle. My channel name is Hollywoodland22. You can see me there. I'm all over the YouTube. You can see my face. My avatar is a orange H on a black background. That's how you know that's the real Hollywoodland. To subscribe to my channel, just type in at Hollywoodland21, at Hollywoodland21. And I live stream 6 p.m. until whenever, usually an hour and a half to 2 hours. This is almost 2 hours. Got 3 more minutes and I'll have 2 hours. On Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is the same as New York City time or Charlotte, North Carolina time. It's both Eastern Standard Time in the United States of America. I am an American citizen. My family has been here. Well, my father's family's been here since 1840, and my mother's family's been here since 1713, before we were even a country. You know, sometimes I get the feeling that I'm being watched. Do you ever get that feeling? I do. I get the feeling that I'm really being watched. I do. I got the feeling that there's somebody watching me. I think that there's a certain individual that is a man that is watching me that does not like me. You know, I've lived a while and I don't really have a lot of enemies, but I know that I one thing I know is that I have an ex-girlfriend from like 20, from like the early 2000s or something, that I found out that was watching me, that I don't want any contact with. This is a person I need to stay away from. Was very toxic. It was back in the early 2000s. It was a very toxic relationship, and I do not need that person contacting me or anything else whatsoever. But I get the feeling that I'm being watched. I mean, really watched. You know, I had another live streamer tell me something and remind me of something I thought I already knew, but I had this live streamer on TikTok remind me, this TikTok live streamer reminded me that everything that I say on here, that I have to watch what I say and watch what I text. They let me know that. They reminded me of that. And it's very true. It's very, very true. And I thank that individual for that, for reminding me of that. Very much so. Well, y'all have a good night. Kimber, why would you shampoo your eyebrows? That's odd. Yeah, I will. I will share some stories of things. I will share some of my. Would you like to hear? I don't know if you're interested in my war stories about when I used to work really hard and party really hard too in the city of Los Angeles and in Hollywood and stuff. I don't know if you want to hear that or if you want to hear that's part of my testimony or any of that kind of stuff. I did. There are some things that were odd. That there's some people. I won't drop any names. I just don't drop any names of people that are famous that I did meet. And it's funny that it's interesting. I met these people in the AA meetings and the Narcotics Anonymous meetings. Or when I lived in Hollywood, I did meet some people that you probably know of, that you've seen on television or movies or things like that. But I do not drop any names for their privacy concerns. Because for me to tell you what their names are and stuff like that, I'm not going to do that. It's just kind of low class. I'm not going to do that. But I can tell you some funny stories about some things that have happened throughout the years living in the city of Los Angeles, some things I've seen. Wow, eczema, pretty bad. I got to get some lotion on that. You guys have a wonderful evening. Keep your chin up. If you wake up in the morning, it's a good day. And don't let anybody push you around. Don't let anybody set boundaries. Don't let people talk to you nasty, whether you're a man or a woman. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Remember, God does not make any junk, and you're worth it. You're worth a lot. I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing to @Hollywoodland21. Tell all your friends and all your Facebook friends and Instagram friends and things like that. Tell all your friends about @Hollywoodland21. Thank you very much for spending some time with me. You guys cheer me up. You really do. I still wonder who's watching me. I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time @Hollywoodland21. See you then. You guys stay safe. And ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe. And remember that Jesus Christ loves you very much. Ask him for help, and you shall receive help.